king of the division, taking on Jermaine Franklin, a very stern, well, people are calling him the test. And I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start with you, Jermaine Franklin, because that's been the narrative going into this fight. Every time people ask you questions, it's about, can you take him round? How do you feel about being his test? How's that made you feel going into Saturday night?
I mean, I feel disrespected by it, but you know, it's part of the game. I'm used to the politics, I'm used to the tricks, everybody does, so, you know, I'm just ready to fight.
Moses, I mean, for such a long time now, you've just been scheduled to fight Jermaine Franklin. How has it been in the build-up for you? Because you get asked about every other heavyweight, and you've still got to focus on this man on Saturday.
To be honest, I've been turning the questions down when they keep asking me about other heavyweights, because I have a serious opponent in Jermaine Franklin. We've asked for this fight, what's it like, a year and a half or something like that, so now we got it. I feel like this is like the kind of final piece to the puzzle. There's questions that my team want to know about me, there's questions that I want to know about myself, and I'm sure that there's a lot of questions that the fan wants to know about me as well, so I feel like Jermaine Franklin is the final piece of the puzzle, so when I get asked about other fights, that's not going to happen if I don't get through Jermaine Franklin. So this is a serious fight, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm very disappointed that I can't watch Willie versus Ezra, because this is exciting.
Okay, plenty of questions will be asked on Saturday. We've got some questions actually from the press now as well. We've got Matt running around with a roaming mic. When you do get the mic, say who you are representing and ask your question, please.
Martin Dolan, Daily Mirror. Moses, one of the promos for this fight had a couple of guys talking about Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Can you see why people might think of you in that light in, let's say, 10 years' time?
Yes and no. Listen, the past and the future doesn't exist. It's only the present. And as of right now, in the present, it looks like I'm doing my thing. So when them comparisons are being made, it puts a lot of pressures on my shoulder, but I guess it's necessary. I'm pretty sure when Messi and Ronaldo were going through their little stages in their career, they felt the same way. So I have to kind of push it to one side and do my thing.
Are you Team Messi or Team Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
As you talk sports, Moses, you have a lot of expectations on you. You know, even in this fight, people talking about, you know, you need to get him out in the first half of the fight. Do you like the fact that, you know, everyone rates you so highly, everyone expects so much from you? Or would you rather just people just kind of let you do your thing?
I'd rather be the underdog of a fight. I'd rather be the underdog, but it's I asked for it. Obviously, I can't put the performances on that I have and not expect people to have such high expectations of me. So I've asked for it. Would I like to live in a different world? Probably, but it's necessary. It's necessary pressure.
And secondly, you said against Dillian White, you looked in his eyes and you wanted to see if he was a wolf or a sheep. I'm not sure if you had the chance to look in Jermaine Franklin's eyes, but what have you seen?
Do you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I see more in Jermaine Franklin's eyes than I've seen in a lot of proof from my previous opponents. So I know he's ready, and I'm gonna be there.
Hi Moses, you just said there you were...
questions just for me.
You said you specifically you requested, Jermaine, why?
Like I said, Jermaine Franklin, all the attributes that he possesses, there's still question marks for myself. Like, people are wondering if I got a chin, or people are wondering if I can go the distance. Like, Jermaine Franklin, that's what he's known for. He's known for taking people the distance, giving them tough fights. So like I said, I feel like this is the final piece of the puzzle. I'm not overlooked him. I know a lot of people are expecting me to do X, Y, Z. I don't pay no attention to that. It doesn't do me any favors. Like I said, this is a serious fight in Jermaine Franklin, and I can't wait. Yeah, he's got, as Frank pointed out to me, he's got 15 KOs in his record, and not only that, he's 32 years old. This isn't a washed up, has been, like 32, he's coming to the peak, or is just in his peak right now, so I feel like I said this is a perfect fight for myself.
Jermaine, coming from Amy Cummings, second time, Jermaine coming from Detroit like you have not, very many people get to the top level of sport. How do you feel your partner in the other corner, Moses, would fare growing up in Detroit? Do you think he'd have the opportunities that he'd be afforded if he was coming from where you come from?
Can you repeat that for me?
Not many people get to top levels of the sport coming from where you come from in Detroit. If your partner in the other corner, Moses, was growing up in Detroit, do you feel he would be afforded the same opportunities that you had? Could you flourish like you have coming out from there?
I'm from Saginaw.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that works hard, put the work in, put the time in, and, you know, dedicate themselves, I think he had the same opportunities.
Question for Frank. Matchmaking talents like you have with Willie and Ezra, and finding talents like Moses are two of the hallmarks of success for you as a promoter throughout the decades. Where do you rate this standard of card, your stable, in amongst the new landscape of promoters, where emerging promoters coming in and trying to disrupt the current landscape of sport?
Where do I rate all these guys and where we are today?
Yeah.
Well, we're in Queensbury in a brilliant position. I think we're the leading promoter. I think we're putting on competitive shows time after time, selling out. We sold out in Germany with Ajit. We sold out in Dublin. Magnificent atmosphere in both those shows. We're nigh on sold out here. We only have a few left. If you want tickets, go to Ticketmaster. We've got some fabulous fights coming up. We're keeping this heavyweight division going. We're making big fights all the time. This is, you know, whether they're older guys, like next week you've got Derek Chisora in next week, and that's you know, he's probably one of the guys on the way out. You know, Moses are one of the guys on the way in. We've got sitting here Jermaine, somebody who wants to get back to the big table. He's at the table now, but he wants to get on and get the big fight. This is an opportunity to fight a guy who's ranked #1 and probably the top 3 in the other divisions in the world. We are flying. Boxing is flying here. We are not broke. We are continually putting on big, quality, great shows that the fans are buying tickets for. And that's because of these fighters. They're great fighters. They come through the system. The ones that start off with us, some come later in their careers, but we deliver time and time again and make sure we do it. And for me, it's just a pleasure. I mean, the next few weeks, we're not stopping. Every week we've got a big show, and they're all doing extremely well. So where are we? Queensbury, we're flying. We're on a great channel, DAZN, Global Home of Boxing, where you're going to see the best fights and you're going to see the best of the heavyweights. Because the best of the heavyweights, bar one man, are with us. And that one man's going to have to fight our guys. When he's had his kickboxing fight, he's going to have to fight our guys. That's what's going to happen. So we're flying, and you're getting a benefit because you're going to see some brilliant fights, and I'm telling you, Saturday is going to be something special.
You know, I'm trying.
Question for Jermaine Franklin. Great fight this week, live on DAZN, by the way. Jermaine, what do you think about people saying that Moses is taking this fight to see if he can stop you because you haven't been stopped, and that's the reason why this fight's happening?
I mean, people gonna feel how they feel. You know, people can have their own opinions or whatever, but you know, I know what I come to do. I know what I can do, so I'm not too much worried about how people feel or their opinions.
Where does Moses rank in the opponents before you fought him? That you've already fought Joshua, Dylan White, etc.
I mean, he's ranked up there. He's ranked top in the division, so you know, he's a top ranked opponent.
No more questions. That was of course Coogan Cassis from IFL TV. You didn't say his name, but we all know your voice, Coogan. We all know your voice. So, final one to both of you guys. Oh, you still got one more? Go on, jump in.
You know, is this on? You know Ezra Taylor and Willie Hutchinson. Can we just address why this fight happened as well?
IFL TV.
Thank you. You didn't credit us, so I've got to credit myself. And Joe Pugh.
You're not getting paid. I don't know why you keep mentioning it.
Hi, Uncle Frank, I'm sending you an invoice in the morning.
Lee told me he made the fight.
We did make the fight, did we not? Lee? Who, Eden? No. We make this fight, and everyone knows we make this fight.
No, you didn't. I appreciate all you do for us.
Who's going to disagree with me?
Go on, you ain't getting paid.
Shut up, Lee. We made this fight. Joe Pugh actually made this fight, to be honest.
You're doing your job, cut videos.
Shut up.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Cookie. Thank you, Joe Pugh. Saw you acting as security that night as well. It was fantastic work. Final word to Moses, Itauma and Jermaine Franklin. Moses, what's going to happen in there on Saturday night?
Masterclass of boxing performance.
And Jermaine, yourself, what's going to happen in there on Saturday?
A war. I'm prepared for anything.
He said war. War, that's what he said.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our press conference.